Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 3 of 60 Seconds Reatomized. We're going to go back at it again. Dolores, get your damn eyes off of me. Jesus Christ. Man, this is the, the truck we saw, the van or whatever, without any wheels. There's eyes down here, too, I just noticed. But anyway, let's get going. Apocalypse, sure, we'll be dead this time. We were Dolores last time. We'll just go back and forth. That's totally fine. Okay, so I've been having a decent time with this. It's a lot of reading, man. It's a lot of reading, but hopefully that'll be fine. I was trying to record some Resident Evil 1, and then my woman had to get a little busy, so I was just like, okay, I'll just record this. She's like, whoa, what the fuck? So I was like, oh, it's totally fine. Anyway, so now we're doing this, and hopefully this will be fun. We will see. We need a cave. We need to immediately get that Toblerone Toten Peas into this damn place every time, man. I'm so tired of her damn shenanigans and her stupid honking. She's making my life a little worse. Got the eggs. What do we have time for? 2. So a food, a water. I feel pretty stocked up right now. I think we're doing a good job. We'll grab the briefcase. And I guess the playing cards. Where are they? Okay. And I'm trying to think, like, we just gotta grab the mammals, right? We gotta grab the humans. There's the wife. Plus the flashlight, because the flashlight screwed us over one time. We're not gonna get screwed over by the flashlight again. And then Timmy's in that room right there, of which I do not know what it's called. Grab the man. Grab a thing of food. And then we don't make it because we make it. Oh my god. I thought we didn't make it because, like, we got stuck on the shelf. But no, we made it just fine. Okay, that kind of freaked me out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. And yeah, I was bustling in my seat a little bit, maybe jumping around. It's okay. Day 1. Look at these 4 goobers. So we got ammo, we got the gun. We didn't grab the gun either, so it's good luck. Nothing else I can notice that we didn't grab, no. All of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. We remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. Sort of. Our shelter used to be fully stocked, but somehow we always found a better way to use the stocked supplies instead of leaving them for an emergency. That's so terrible. Wow. Once we had a soup dinner party. Another time we needed the rifle to help our neighborhood watch in a vicious fight against raccoons. You just run out in the neighborhood with a gun? What the hell? Luckily, some of the supplies were left untouched. We got a gun. Hey, look at what we found in the suitcase we grabbed upstairs. Good thing we didn't unpack our holiday luggage. Got some munitions. So they're really pro-gun. Oh my god. They really enjoy their firearms. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans. We'll sleep on cans. We'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. Plenty of water means we don't have to worry about that for some time. This is the best dog shelter we've ever seen. Is this really better than our other ones? We don't have a radio. I mean, aside from that, it's pretty good, no? Like, we needed a radio, and I think a map kind of blows a little bit, but I didn't see the radio. I was too focused on, I don't know, trying to be fast, not trying to see things. We've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. Okay, we don't want to give them any food. We've been busy since we got to the shelter, but there's still much to be done, like trimming that shrubbery in our yard. That's definitely something we want to do when we get out of here. Okay. Literally, no, it's going to be a whole lot of trimming. Maybe a new home. Man, Ted looks like such a spent individual, doesn't he? Like, I feel like he doesn't really get fulfilled in his life, I'll say that. We can make it work, even in Toronto. Okay. Question is, how do we find a boat to get there? We heard that's the best way to get to Europe. What? Wait. How the fuck? How is that true? Is that something that Americans say? Ted seems to be doing all right, even though the world has gone to a crappy place. Mary Jane says she's fine and doesn't need anything. Dolores is quite calm given the situation. Timmy is on his best behavior. How long will it last? They don't need anything. Yeah, we will not do an expedition. Every time we do an expedition, they get sick and we have a really hard time. And we don't have a gas mask, so we're just gonna relax. We can relax for a little bit. What's that trickling sound, and why is the wall so wet? Are we about to get flooded? We don't have the life preservers, or a boat. A boat wouldn't even fit inside the shelter. We need to do something. Save the supplies. Well, it's only the cards. I like when it gives me one option, and it's, like, helpful. So that's nice. Easier life, I guess. We're all about survival in poker games, so it wasn't too surprising when we went after our lucky set of cards first. Not a single card got wet, but plenty of other supplies were submerged. After a while, the water level dropped, but the damage it did was quite extensive. We'll have to deal with that. The ammo's gone. I didn't even notice that. The ammo's gone. Okay. Sure. Ted needs water to survive. Anyone... You guys can wait another day. Yeah, they all want to drink. We're just going to wait another day. It's okay. Once again, we're not going to go out until we find out it's totally fine outside. Our ammunition is missing. There's no way it was stolen, so it has to be here somewhere. We need to find it. Flashlight is keen. I guess in many ways maybe king. There's our ammunition. We found a map! That's very lucky and nice. While looking through some papers scattered under one of the old crates, we came across a map. It looks useful. Lovely. Found it. The ammunition was covered by a can. Too bad it was empty, but at least we have our bullets back. Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave. He'll need a drink right now. Yeah, they all need a drink. Let's give him a couple of drops. Let's see where that goes. Once again, we're not going to go out. Still irradiated. Today we have met a bunch of people dressed in what look like Halloween doctor outfits. They claim to be a field hospital, moving from place to place and attempting to help those hurt by the hazards of the wasteland. The problem is, some of the supplies got eaten by something that looked like a Sasquatch. They're asking if we can spare any hydrogen peroxide. We'll get water. Maybe this will help us in the future. Who knows? We have plenty of supplies. I'm not super worried. We just need a radio. That's kind of the bad news bears of it all. We asked them for their doctor license, but all of them claimed they left them in another pair of trousers. We didn't dare ask if it was just the one pair. We gave them a water bottle and wished them a good journey. And better luck with trousers. They're no longer thirsty. Okay. Still highly radioactive. We have plenty of distant relatives, but none of them mean as much to us as Auntie Ada. She lives in the country. Okay, so there's a good chance she's still configuring her cow counting machine and not worrying about nukes raining down on her hen house. Too bad we don't have a photo of her, or do we? We put some photos into books a while ago after the giant coffee spill incident. Okay, maybe it's in here. Do you think they'll put it on the wall? God, I'm struggling to move my tongue well. Hey, look at that! It's right on the cabinet there. Oh, that's lovely. Bingo! Our scout book holds more than a ton of knowledge, useful in times of apocalypse. There are some photos stuck in between its pages, along with some crosswords. We are saved. Only a few of them are solved. You know what I think happened? I was eating dinner, I burnt my tongue a little bit. I think that's biting me in the ass right now. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Dad is fine. Mary Jane seems fine today. Hopefully it will stay that way. Okay, so you don't need any food. That's lovely. Still irradiated. Going outside is unsafe, unless you don't mind getting sick. I mind getting sick. Today, there we were, thinking it's a day like any other down here. When Mary Jane confronted us, she said it's her birthday. But she doesn't want a gift, not in this situation, not in this economy. She's too young to be giving orders around here, so she's getting a birthday present, and that's that. We'll just need to pick something out. Cards, I guess. I don't know what else they'll be useful for, so, I mean, it's totally fine. Nothing's changed, except for her look in her face is still puzzling. Mary Jane loves cards. We thought she might get herself busy with solitaire. But she started doing card readings, divination or not. We don't figure out why the world has gone to hell. Maybe she will. I don't think so. I mean, it's not like they're tarot cards, man. Like, oh, the queen, of course. It means a woman. A woman with power. A woman with power that's probably mean. Dolores would really love to eat something. There has to be some water left. Dolores should get it. Ted is hungry. He's I could use a little food. It's the first time we're seeing this, so probably tomorrow we're dealing both. Yeah, I don't know if that's correct, but The contamination of our town is still strong. Scavenging these conditions could result in radiation sickness. We'll wait one more day, I think. But I don't know how long we can wait, really. We decided to have some fun today and play a game or two. The first one was picking the game we are going to play. This took most of the day, and we still haven't made up our minds. Slant phase is kind of like a gym phase, almost. If you know that, you know that. Maybe you can look it up. I think it's cool. I don't know. I like the gym phase, personally. Okay, I like The Office as well, by the way. If you don't know what it's from The Office. We decided to act... It's Jim from The Office. We decided to act out scenes from our favorite movies to amuse ourselves, at least for a moment. For some reason, every time we picked a new scene, we ended up with one from a Humphrey Bogart film. I don't know what that is. Maybe since I taught you guys Jim face slightly... Maybe adjacently. Maybe you can teach me that. Because I'm going to forget it by the end of the recording. It's going to be an hour long. And, it's only been 10 minutes. So feel free to let me know what the hell that is. Or what films are, Humphrey Bogart, perhaps. Anyway. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Looks like got one for the grave. Needs water. Timmy's in terrible shape. We need to give him water now. Dolores will not survive without water any longer. Yeah, they all get food. They all get water right now. Yeah, because they're all tummy aching about it. Our neighborhood is still highly radio. Whoa, wait. Timmy and Mary Jane are in need of some physical exercise. Letting them run outside in the wasteland seems a bit too adventurous, but they could play tag inside the shelter. It's not like we have any expensive vases or antique dishes down here to be broken. Should we let the kids play? Sure. If they break something, though, I'm going to be a little crushed, perhaps. Probably crushed. Hey, it looks totally... No, nothing's broken. A lot of those radioactive sounds. As soon as they got permission, Timmy and Mary Jane immediately started running around, laughing, or at least spinning around, since there's not too much space in this tiny shelter. During their playtime, they noticed a single bottle of water tucked in the corner behind some empty cans. Lucky find. +1. And then they're all no longer thirsty, and some of them are a little hungry, but they'll last. It looks like the area is still irradiated. Going to the wasteland right now is unsafe. Just relax. Side time, we stopped wondering about what's going on and started asking questions, or at least listened to some reasonable answers. So, how about tuning to a radio station and learning a thing or two about the brave new world? Oh, we don't got one. Good idea, but bad idea. Day 10, we're still hearing the... whatever the hell you'd call that. I don't remember. They say ignorance is bliss. Another day without any clue of what's going on might not necessarily kill us. And then they're all a little peckish. We're not certain about the situation of the service. A trip could be risky, but we could really use the supplies. We need to start prepping for that because we need this radio. As long as we have food and water, we can stay locked in, but we'll have to leave eventually. True. It would be good to head straight to safety instead of getting ourselves into more trouble. If that's even possible in this situation, our hope is that our brave soldiers will come to rescue us and take us to some well-hidden, well-stocked government shelter. Timmy had comics about those, so they must exist. All we need to do is make contact with the military. Yeah. Well, we don't have a radio. These are all brilliant ideas. Keep spitting them out, but none of them are very useful, are they? Okay, if there is one thing we need to do, it's use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcast that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that, or it's strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. First option sounds a little bit more sane. First time they're saying, please give us something to drink, so we're just gonna relax. Okay, who's going outside? Dolores, of course. I feel like she gives me good results so far, out of the 2 runs I've done. Maybe that's not a high sample size. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. And then we give them some water. Pop, pop, pop. Wouldn't you know it, our dear Mary Jane keeps a diary. For some reason, she was hiding it in the scout book we keep in our shelter. We have no doubts what needs to be done right now. Each of us must be assigned a role, and the diary must be read aloud. Right? Yes. Entertainment. Oh, and knockin' fella. Wait, hold up. Pause. I think Mary Jane assaulted one of them. She needs to be grounded. No food for a day. I'm kidding, man. Don't do that. Don't do that, please. Talk to your kids first. Anyway, we managed to read the first sentence. Then there was darkness and pain, lots of pain. The diary's gone. Let's never speak about it again. Ted was hurt. Code doesn't tell you why. Open in the name of freedom came a shout from outside our door. We weren't sure who claimed to be representing freedom, but we could hear it was a group of people, probably armed. Anyone who introduces themselves like that is probably planning to kill someone in the name of freedom. Should we open? Yeah, sure. If they give us a radio, that's amazing. I'd very much like that. Pour myself some water. So, a question I have. The fucking lid closed by itself. So, a question I have, if anyone cares. Why do you guys like this game so much? Like, just like, what's the significance to you? Like, did you find it in like a specific point in your life where it really mattered, or did you like, you just think it's cool? I don't know. I'm just curious. I like this game because I used to just watch content creators that made it, and I thought it was really entertaining. It allowed them to, like, you know, talk, which is really cool. Because, like, sometimes, like, a lot of content, a lot of things people play, they're just not allowed to talk, which kind of sucks. But, you know, this changes that. And I think that's really awesome. Anyway, we regretted opening the door the minute we saw who was standing on the other side. Dark faces. Whoa, racism's weird. Rifles and determined looks of a band of teenagers. We're doomed, we thought. Then, out of the blue, one of them asked us if we're with the Reds. We've never supported the Red Sox, so we confidently said that we weren't. The tension dropped immediately, and those nice young people gave us 2 bottles of water. They also told us to have no fear since Wolverines are around. They're not sure what Wolverines have to do with all this, but we took their word for it. It means communism, and then Wolverine, I think, is meaning, like, military? I'm not sure. Anything to do about Ted's injuries? No. Maybe don't read a diary. Anyway, let's feed him. Okay, the other day we heard a quiet knock at the door. But when we opened, we only found a suitcase on the doorstep, and there was no one around. It is signed. It isn't signed, rather. But it sure looks like it's meant for us. Should we check out what's inside? Of course. Wait, I used to watch this a lot when I was a kid. This game's it's old enough that I was a kid. What the why are you sick? God damn it. I tried to click the damn guy. Inside the suitcase, we found some soup, but yuck. It expired a long time ago. We're not feeling very well. Some of us spent the whole morning using the bucket in the corner. We're not accepting anonymous gifts ever again. I think Ted's a corpse. I don't think he's going to last very long. God damn it. It is how it is. Okay, we'll give him water tomorrow. We didn't expect to get a phone call so soon after the atomic bomb drop. Yet here we are. They're clearly hearing a phone ring outside. It must be the public phone booth on the other side of the street. Should someone go answer it? Ted. We're sending Ted for everything now. He's a waste of food. He has two different ways that 2 different inflictions that may, like, put him in the grave, and I don't feel like accommodating that. Took her in a second. When we answer the phone, now if we get a med kit, I wonder if it would heal both at the same time. Hold up, maybe it doesn't even matter that he's afflicted with 2, right? Because if we get the one thing, it's anyway, whatever. When we answer the phone, we can clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We had started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. I mean, sure. We're glad to see the warriors came back safely from the wastelands. When scavenging for supplies, one should check every possible corner, even if it doesn't seem promising. With that in mind, we ventured into the ruins of the local bank. We found 4 cans of soup at the local bank. Are you shitting me? Hoping to find something more than piles of useless pre-apocalypse coins. It looks like the bank was robbed just before the blast. The vault was cracked open with saws. Hidden teddy bears? Who does that? Anyway, it's probably a movie reference. We can see why they wanted to rob it so badly. The place was filled with tomato soup cans. How did it end up here? Maybe the mail had it delivered to a bank instead of a food bank. Oh, I guess. Plus 4 cans of soup. I'd rather get a lot of other things, perhaps. They all need something to drink. Okay. Drink. And then we'll give him cans. We have so many. Maybe it'll help his condition. We might send out Mary Jane, actually. The trash can of ours is getting disgusting. The good news is, we don't have much of an appetite when we see it. Yeah, interesting. No, that's cool to me that they thought of that. The writers of this game are really creative. So we're saving some food. Yeah, for some reason we would like to tidy this mess up. Those giant green cockroaches are pretty good motivator. Yeah, she's the manual. Or they getting some good rest. That's good. Hopefully Dolores is good soon. I want to send her out again. By the way, the odds that she comes back for good shit, it's got some supporting evidence, okay? We're going to be sending her out a lot more. Like, a lot more. I think that's the new game plan, okay? Dolores gets sent out, and then Mary Jane maybe, because, I don't know, I don't like Mary Jane. I don't know why. I have a vendetta against her. We dodged a bullet this time. That is, if a bullet was huge, hairy, had 8 legs, and a glowing head. Hopefully, we won't have to deal with them again. Ted has a bunch of problems. We shouldn't have to do anything. We just, take care of them all. Mary Jane, you go. Maybe we should have done Ted. Because if Ted's our last guy in the damn bunker, we're just screwed. We're just gone. So maybe that's a misplay. It's okay. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. Yeah, when I record this, I need so much water. So much water. I have like a thing of like 2 liters of water beside me, and I go through like the whole thing. Every episode so far, I've gone through like the whole thing. When Dolores came back from the expedition the other day, she had a tiny scratch on her leg. It didn't seem serious at the time, but right now it's quite a terrible sight. If we don't do anything about it, losing one leg will be a minor inconvenience in comparison to what might happen next. She had a tiny scratch on her leg. Is it quite a terrible sight? We're gonna cut her fucking leg off. We're gonna cut her leg off. That is your reasonable answer. Is just yoink. Let's go see what happens. I'm really curious. Curiosity killed the cat, or in this case, maybe Dolores. Let's see. She still has the leg. Wait, Ted's totally fine now. He was sick just because her leg was gross. That's why. There was no other reason. He couldn't stomach food because she was such a nasty piece. If there was one thing that we could never consider, it would be cutting off any part of Dolores with an axe. I considered it. Not only would she object to it. I mean, beggars can't be choosers, yeah? Hold up, we're gonna... She would probably take matters and the axe into her own hands. It was in our best interest to avoid such a situation. We did use the heated axe blade to clean her wounds, and the infection seems to be fading away. The operation wasn't pretty, though, and we damaged our axe. Haven't recovered from his illness yet. I beg to differ, frankly. Ted is getting worse and worse. Either we do something about the wounds, or he's done for. I beg to differ. Okay, we really love something to eat. Is still tired and can't sleep. We relax. When the group of dressed in lab coats came over a while back asking for water, we had doubts about their identities, but no more. They came back today and gave us some injections. Oh, that's what healed it. See, man, giving the water is so worth it. It's so worth it. I'm doing that every time. We don't know what it was, but we already feel so much better, and all the colors are so bright. Would have healed her infection. Is the minus axe a bad thing? I don't know. Ted is recovered, but is still doing a bunch of random stuff. They need water. I'll just give them water, man. I know I could wait another day, but, like, whatever. If there's anyone who could rescue us from the hellish situation, it's our government. You can badmouth them all you want, but that probably means you're either a naysayer or a communist. We're good citizens. We've been paying our taxes regularly, so we're sure Uncle Sam is coming to get us. Well, except that one time never mind. The government people are coming, and we should keep our ears and eyes open for any sign from them. Yeah, we're good. Just chill that out, Papa Sam. We don't need that fella here no more. Okay, if there is one thing we need to do, it's to use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcasts that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that, or it's strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. First option sounds a bit more sane. There's nothing to do. Dolores, just go to sleep, man. We've been hearing a lot of noise coming from our neighborhood today. I guess is that there's a zoo escape and animals are escaping out there. It must be a good chance to hunt some fresh food. That goes. You have ammo and a gun, man. You're most likely to know how to use it. Because it's the 60s, by the way. I'm not saying, like, women can't use guns, of course. But, like, in the 60s, I am saying that. Oh, no, I'm fucked. Okay, anyway. No, in the 60s, there was a lot more, like, hard rolls because the economy was doing really well. Once the economy did bad, women had to, like, make sure they were going to work. And, you know, now they have a lot more power and, like, you know. Anyway, you understand. Too bad we never practiced sharpshooting. Every shot we fired in the direction of those animals that looked like two-headed cows was a miss. What are those called in Fallout? Two-headed cows, like Bravo or something? I don't remember. Anyway, let's hope we'll be on target next time. I'm gonna play through all those games, by the way, eventually, but in order. Like, I'm gonna play the original ones and everything. I like the original ones. I think they're really good. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the service. A few days before Blast Timmy got into a fight with a kid named Ethan and beat him with a stick. With a stick? Are you shitting me? We were supposed to visit Ethan's parents and talk about the incident, but we were a bit busy back then. Well, now we have all the time in the world, and although it looked like our friends weren't home, we still decided to pay them a visit. We were invited, after all. Behind the remains of the kitchen counter, we found some bottled water. It's not our favorite brand, but it'll have to do. We spotted some sort of vehicle just down the street, but couldn't get a good enough look at it in the dark. Maybe future expeditions will prove more fruitful. I mean, two things of water is not too bad, baby. Dolores has barely any strength left. She doesn't eat tonight. Will not last till morning. Okay, we'll feed everyone. Those cans she got are sure slipping through the fingers. There is nothing more surprising than a knock on a fallout shelter door. Who could it be? Should we investigate the risk and risk our very lives? That sounds like a good idea. Shall we open the door? Yes. We take chances every time. Well, we shouldn't have taken the chances. Mary Jane now is fallen ill. That's rough. A group of travelers wearing gas masks and carrying out some serious-looking equipment gave us purified water. Never mind, it was worth it. Before we could thank them, they turned away and left. Opening hatch was a bit risky. It seems it gave us some awful sickness. That coughing is driving us crazy. That doesn't drink any water. Might not last long. Mary Jane is sleepy all the time. Of course. Oh my god, she has a laundry list. There has to be some water left. Dolores should get it. Dolores should eat something. Okay, we'll give them all water. We just got so much water. I'm not going to be stingy about it. Dolores goes because Dolores knows. She seems to know a lot, actually. She seems to do quite well. Now, for as far as the Jane is concerned, I think we just relax. Dolores is on her way to the service. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Mary Jane has the whole laundry list thrown at her. Whole ass thing. Okay. What we would give to be able to enjoy the sunshine again. We can't say there's a lot of light underground. We don't expect it to get any brighter down here. I mean, I think that's fair. It's a good take. Day 25, man. It's almost been a month. It's getting there. Still, it's better to be safe down here than dead up there. Yeah. Mary Jane is screwed. Condition isn't any better today. She seems cranky. Yeah, I think she's in a hole right now. We found an unsigned letter today. The stranger asked for our help. Apparently, there are a few survivors in grave need of supplies. We have a chance to help them. They're saying that we won't regret it, and we would make several people very, very happy. Shall we do it? Yes. The flagged burger is a little scuffed. I don't even like when they put a stick on my burger, to be honest. It means it's probably too big, but I mean, I had a sandwich like literally yesterday with a damn stick in it, and it was hella good. So, what do I got to say? I guess. The others in the note turned out to be twin siblings, a brother and a sister. They greeted us happily and took us to a small tent where they started handing out the supplies we brought to a small group of hungry survivors. Between them were people of all ages, including children, the elderly, and even a mime. The siblings shook our hands, and proclaimed this the beginning of a new friendship. They promised to contact us again soon. -1 can. Holy Mary Jane, you need to get something off the damn list, man. Mary Jane is hungry. We don't cure Mary Jane. Who knows what will happen? Mary Jane is tired. Mary Jane is thirsty. Mary Jane, relax. Relax. When conducting our daily supply count, we've noticed that a soup can was missing. We're absolutely sure it was there just yesterday. That can only mean one thing. We have a soup thief among us. And we need to figure out who the culprit is. It's Mary Jane. If we're going to annex one of these people, it needs to be the sick one. Period. When confronted, Mary Jane furiously screamed it's the last time she tried to do anything nice for us and threw a still full can of soup at the wall, spilling the contents. We've analyzed the remains. We found the... What? The can. Oh my god. For some reason I was thinking can is like you can. Whatever. The can to be elegantly wrapped using a piece of string with a nice ribbon on top. It was supposed to be a Thanksgiving gift for us. We felt pretty guilty, so naturally proceeded to not apologize to Mary Jane at all. Instead, starting to argue and shouting at each other until exhaustion. Problem solved. If we don't care Mary Jane, holy, she's starving. I shouldn't have thrown the can at the wall, you peas. Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave and needs to get a drink. Okay, we'll give everyone everything. The world may have us. Jesus. We don't have a radio still. Okay, we can keep sitting on our backsides here in this tiny little bunker, or we can start thinking about getting away as far as possible from this radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought the Reds, the commies, would ruin such a lovely neighborhood? Well, we could do it on our own, the escape part, or not the ruining part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Let's keep our eyes and ears open. Okay. You guys are getting awfully dirty right now. There's one thing we need to do. It's to use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcast that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that or it's strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. The first option sounds a little more sane. We've read that many times. Any drugs we could give Mary Jane? Well, marijuana. You're already one. Okay. At the very end. Some nasty mutated raccoon-like animal shows up around the shelter door almost every night. We try to sneak up on it, but it jumps away and hides as soon as we can open the door. Thankfully, we took the scout book with us. There are instructions inside how to make a basic trap using a box and some string. We don't have a empty box lying around, but we do have suitcases. Use suitcase. I don't use suitcase anyway. I'm pretty sure it's like to bring multiple items with the characters, right? Are they going like expeditions? I don't see it gone. The soup didn't go up though. What are we doing with it? I don't know. Oh, the soup did go up. We rechecked the trap in the morning. The raccoon scratched and bit a big hole through our leather suitcase and escaped. Weirdly enough, we found some supplies in the broken suitcase. Was this the animals doing, or did we simply forget we put this in here? Is that the fucking can that went missing? Because it went missing, and then we found a different can, and then fucking threw it against the wall, or I don't know, whatever. They're fine though, right? Little food. Diane needs food. You wait there. The boredom and silence are overwhelming. Too bad we don't have a TV to help us keep us occupied. Why is it hard for me to read? But maybe we could take advantage of some of our supplies and pretend they're props on a movie set. Of course, the briefcase. If the briefcase breaks, it's totally fine. I don't have a problem with it. She brought a lot of loot. Look at that. She brought the bug spray, the soup, the cans of Water? The bottles? The bottles of water? The suitcase is supposed to serve as a small podium. Ted and Mary Jane argued about who should stand on the podium and deliver a monologue in their improvised scene. Long story short, both of them stood on top of the suitcase. At the same time, unfortunate. Frankly, either one of them would break it. I think the only person here that wouldn't break it is Timmy. Right? It probably only holds like 60 pounds above it, and God knows the other three are more than 60 pounds. Anyway, we were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. Our poor house was completely destroyed above our shoulder. It's really sad and devastating. Where will we live after we get out of this mess? Surely fate is not cruel enough to keep pushing us to Dolores' sister in Toronto. Dude, Canada's actually nicer to live in. Whatever. The only recognizable furniture in the kids' room were burned desks and Mary Jane's bed. There was a hidden stash under the bed. It was full of soup cans. Plus 2 soup cans. Our kitchen is a pile of rubble. It took us weeks to find those lovely chairs to match the floor tiles. Now they were nowhere to be found. Only a few bottles of water remained scattered in the dirt. Plus 2 water. The muddy swamp, which used to be our toilet, is now home to something that remotely resembles a mutated turtle. After exchanging a few pleasantries, he gave us anti-bug spray and wished us all the best of luck. The vehicle down the street looked like someone's work in progress. We observed it from afar. Who could the owner be? It kept our distance for the time being, but it may want to come closer, look in the future. This could potentially be our ticket out of here. Drink. Dolores is not eating. We'll give everyone everything. For the sake of there's too much text there and my ass sifting through it, will give me a migraine. Okay, the sleazy-looking trader, how much food do we have? Okay. Sleazy-looking trader carrying an equally scruffed bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal just for the can of soup. We get the bag and all of its contents. We can't see what's inside, and the trader gives us angry glances. Every time we take a step towards the mysterious bag, should we make a deal? Give him soup. Yeah, give me the puss. Yeah, let the puss in. Come on. There's the pristine fella. Okay. Minus 1 soup can. As soon as the door closed behind the trader, the bag started violently shaking, emitting screeching, hellish sounds. Terrified, we backed up against the walls. When the beast finally escaped, it turned out to be just an angry house cat. The feline gave us a menacing look and promptly sat down in the corner to clean itself. Its collar says Shutakov. Is that its name? Mary Jane is also, once again, throwing the whole damn kitchen sink at me. Dolores would love to eat, but frankly, I just gave her some food. She can relax. Ted seems to be the only one without any, heinous problems going on. And Timmy is an infant, in my books. Essentially the same, paralleled, at minimum. Ted left for the service. He'll be back soon. And then, Dolores is still complaining. Just go sleep, man. Go sleep. Okay. Enough of this, plain, tasteless water. Dolores is really craving a cup of coffee. Real, true, blue American coffee. The kind that you can drink 5 cups and still feel sleepy. I don't know if I've ever had, truly American coffee, to be honest. Is that crazy? I don't know if I've ever had that. Unless, do fast food joints? Is that what they serve? I don't know. I know McDonald's bought Tim Hortons coffee patent because they didn't renew it because they're lazy fucks. And now Timmy's has kind of wacky coffee. And McDonald's has better coffee, but not good coffee because it's a little bit worse than Timmy's did it. It's burnt a lot more often. Anyway, but where are we going to find that in this wasteland? I don't know, upstairs. Well, Dolores' favorite dinner is, or used to be, a few blocks away. Maybe someone should go on a coffee run, but who? This little child. Because the other two were in bad shape. I just talked about how he's incapable of doing things due to him being a fetus. But he's doing something. Great. We got a whole pot of cold coffee. The taste is weird and we don't have any sugar or milk. I prefer black anyway, to give it flavor. What? Does American coffee have no flavor? But it'll do. It's a step up from the bland, slightly irradiated water we've been drinking. The pot only held a few cups worth of coffee, and and we gulped it down in mere minutes. All of us are very alert and ready for anything. For the next 5 or so minutes, anyway. I rely on coffee to wake up. Like, straight up, I just do. For like school and stuff, if I naturally wake up, I'm fine. But if I wake up with an alarm, man, I need coffee. That's how it is. Dolores, or just caffeine. But coffee's what I choose these days. I used to get the Mean Bean Monsters, if you've ever had those. They taste really good, but they make your stomach hurt. Anyway, Dolores would really love to eat something, has rested. Lovely. But you're not eating something for now. Map for radio, we're doing it. Okay, when we heard a knock on the door this morning, we held our breath in fear. But we soon heard children's voices coming from outside. We decided to open up. It turned out the voices belonged to a pair of Girl Scouts. They used to sell cookies, but they have branched out and now have other items too. Smart girls. Yeah, just blatantly, like, we just need the radio. The radio, I feel like, opens up more opportunities in the map, but I could be wrong. I'm not like a aficionado. Aficionado? Why did I say audio? That's okay. Neither here nor there. The girls were very kind, and their prices were more than fair. I think so, yeah. Piece of paper for some... Detailed piece of paper, rather, but, you know, for some electronics. So we gladly accepted their offer. How very clever of them to keep their business alive even after the apocalypse. We're impressed. Mary Jane suddenly asking for water. You can wait. Okay, wait a day. You piece. Wait a day. You both wait a day. And then I'll give you what you need. We can keep sitting here on our backsides here in this tiny little bunker, or we can start thinking about getting away as far as possible from this radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought the Reds... What was it? I almost keep reading Reds. And then I say Reds, thank God. We've ruined such a lovely neighborhood. We could do it on our own, the escaping part, not the ruining part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Let's keep our eyes and ears open. Yes, of course. Already the investment is paying dividends, and I'm quite happy for that. We knew it. The government has not fallen, and they're coming to save us. They didn't give exact dates in the radio transmission, but we're sure they won't keep us waiting long. They said they will be in touch in a couple of days, and told us to wait farther instructions. Mary Jane's condition isn't any better today. Mary Jane keeps fainting. We need to give her something to drink right now. She's starving, same thing. Di needs food. Dolores is something about eating. Okay, so they all get the full suite. Well, fuck me. I shouldn't have got rid of the map. I'm kidding. I think it's fine. The twin siblings have paid a visit, asking if we have a map of our town in the shelter. The group is becoming bigger every day, and they're slowly running out of space in their tent. So now they're traveling through the city, looking for a good spot to make a camp. I mean, I think the government. I think the government's a little bigger, a little nicer than that. Maybe we'll see. You know, Timmy's a wondrous fella. I'm curious. What do you think he's thinking about? I don't know. It doesn't matter, I guess. Unfortunately, we could not be of any help to them today. The siblings understood our situation and promised to come back from time to time. Mary Jane's condition isn't any better. Well, obviously it's better because you're no longer thirsty. You're not dying of starvation. While trying to pet the little devil, we found a piece of paper in its collar with an address scribbled on it. Could its previous owners still be around and worried about? Worried sick? Chances are slim. We might pay him a visit. Yes, pay him a visit. It's a scientist. Is that the radio or is that Reds? Oh my god, that's a lot of text. We grabbed our new fluffy friend for a little stroll through the waves, only to immediately run into a couple of gentlemen dressed in trench coats, fedoras, and shades. They gritted their teeth at the sight of the cat and said they'd been looking for it. God, how forcefully I need to utter some of these words is perplexing to me. Apparently, it belongs to their dear old Nan, who loves it dearly. Before we could utter a word, they took Sharikov, thanked us, and left. The cat didn't seem to mind. So maybe it's for the best. We give drugs to the marijuana? Nope. Okay. Yesterday, during charades, we learned that Mary Jane, marijuana, doesn't know how to spell anti-disestablishmentarianism. That's not hard. Yeah. And it has left Dolores sorely disappointed. I mean, I could spell that. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. That's really not that hard to spell when you think about it. That's okay, though. She insists on home, or rather, shelter schooling Mary Jane a little. Of course. You should have been doing the whole time. Nice! He got his buku water. Look at that. There's a whole ass jug right there. Dolores does not mess around. What started out as a spelling exercise has quickly found its way to a math revision, followed by a short physics course, and ending on tinkering with random objects in the shelter. Mary Jane looks exhausted, but we can't deny the state of our shelter has improved today. Nice. Dude, honestly, like, no, you should teach your kids shit. And if they don't know something, you should reteach it. That's not a terrible idea. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the service. If we had to pick our favorite day of the week, it would be Saturday before the bombings. Saturday was the time of relaxing and joy. Like, really, for my family, it's chores. It's go get the damn groceries. Whatever. Saturday was a time of relaxing and joy, like bribing Mary Jane with cookies, so she stopped playing the tuba. It is annoying, man. She wouldn't even be in here if she didn't, like, rip my ears off. Gossiping about the neighbors, and of course, bowling. I haven't been bowling in a long time. It's very American. Looks like the bowling alley is still standing. Yabba dabba doo. I like the Big Lebowski a lot, though, and they go bowling, so I do want to give it another try. It's just, dude, the way that their shoes are meant to slide on the lanes is terrifying. Like, when I'm throwing the ball down the lane and I slide an extra foot down the damn lane, I'm just like, I'm shaking, I'm letting something go, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, desperate times call for desperate measures, so we weren't surprised to see that someone placed water bottles instead of bowling pins at the end of the lane. We were sorry to ruin their setup, but we really need that water. Might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's hope this doesn't happen again. Mary Jane, once again, just really going through it. Really going through it. Yes, we'll do another expedition. Well, we'll do Dolores, of course. Is in pretty good shape, and look at her. I would disagree. During our last expedition, we finally approached the nearby vehicle. There was an ice cream truck, missing wheels, and a few other crucial components. The outside was rusty and a little burnt up. If we hope to ever drive away from here, we should scavenge for something to reinforce it. Anything we should grab for this little supply run? Yeah, the torch. Flashlight. Depends on your region, I guess. What you would call it. And you busted it, you... pieces. Armed with a flashlight, we braved the darkness of an almost intact basement of a few houses down the street. There were lots of cobwebs and an impressive collection of barbecues. We grabbed some grills to install on our vehicle for our protection. It smelled wonderful too. Oh, the flashlight didn't make it. Shame. So that's really good, right? Like... the guy asked me in the comments to do all the endings of this game, and I mean, let's see. There's a good chance we do, but is this working towards that? I just don't know what the endings are or how to get to them. That's like kind of the problem. But I'll try to, like, sure. Mary Jane has the whole kitchen sink once again. She needs to drink something. Well, we haven't had a lot of this. And then we'll feed everyone but her. Is that true? Dolores. She needs to eat. Never mind. They're all eating. That's problematic. And then Dolores, of course. Because apparently she's in good condition. Albeit looking a little thin, a little ill. Sharkov's back. To our surprise, we found Sharkov back in her shelter this morning. We're not exactly sure why, or how it came back. The forelegs, probably something to do with it. Is it our good care it appreciates, our kind hearts, optimism, or just our stockpile of soup cans? Only time will tell. Dolores is on our way to the service. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Ted keeps coughing and coughing. And he needs to sleep. Man, go ahead and sleep. Mary Jane is sleepy. And she's still sick. Okay. Timmy is bored out of his mind, and we won't leave Ted alone. First he wanted to play tag. Dude, he's sick as hell, man. Just leave him alone. Now is hide and seek, which are both terrible ideas for a small shelter. Ted is in a bad mood and just wants to be left alone, but Timmy isn't giving up. How about charades? Sure. Just don't break anything. Don't break the radio when we're happy. Please. Or not the food, too. Don't break the damn can. Where's the damn can of food? Is it just here? I think my recollection's wrong. This really wasn't the best matchup. One moment, Ted and Timmy were calmly writing down riddles. The next, they were screaming at each other, accusing the other of cheating. Okay, how do you even cheat at the game? Ted needs to res. Mary Jane needs to res. A loud crash, a surprised shriek, and a bit of debris falling from our ceiling. Truly a recipe for a good start to the day. As it turns out, Sharkov found a new toy, a bit of innocuous wiring that is wrapped around the wall. Who knows what the cable's for, but our lights are still on. So it can't be that important, right? Should we take the wire away and from our fluffy friend and investigate? Yes, please. Dude, Ted looks like worked, man. He looks like he's been through the damn ringer. A little bit better than yesterday. This damn fly. We grabbed the cable and followed it to a rusty, old truck parked in the neighborhood's driveway. Upon opening the door, we were confronted with two men wearing huge headphones who looked extremely surprised to see us. They wiretapped our shelter when we were asleep, and they were listening to everything we said. We gave them hell and marched back to our bunker. Should do something about Ted's sickness. Hold Mary Jane! Okay, tomorrow we have to give them water. The agents who were spying on us are now at the door and want to explain themselves. Yes, hear them out. I'm going to pause real fast. I'll be right back. I need to go to the bathroom. Yeah, just give me a second. Hey, I'm back. Okay, so, should we hear them out? Yeah, we should. I just poured myself some water too, but drinking a lot of water, man. It runs through you at some point. Okay, book. What is this incessant beeping? Please stop. They were agents. Real. Live. Secret agents on a government mission. We saw their identity cards briefly. They weren't listening on us. It was the cat they were interested in. They made a request. 2, wanting us to aid them with their top secret missions in the future. That delivery was really bad. That's okay, though. If we do that, they promised they will extract us to a government safe house full of supplies and donuts. Hopefully they come back soon with more information. That looks like he needs a drink. You me both, brother. Let's give some time to recover. Something to drink. We did say we give him the next day, so we do. We have a working radio. Why not use it? Maybe we'll find some able to catch a broadcaster too. Yes. Dude, 2 sick fellas. How is Timmy not ill? Like, they really aren't doing a whole lot of sneezing their coughing on this guy. Hopefully married, or what's her name? Dolores comes soon. Once we waded through all the static, we found a transmission that was hosted by some nut, talking about conspiracies and saucer men from Mars abducting people. It was pretty amusing. Y'all need to eat something. Well, we're out. We're fully out. Another broadcast from the military. They said they needed to locate the general area we're in, and that they want us to leave specific markings close by. They said the markings should be cards. Playing cards. How strange is that? We're supposed to go out to the nearest bus stop and pin the card devoting our head count there. Weird. Perhaps. But if we're doing it, the time is now. I think they would do a 4 or 3. I think the Dolores is going to come back. Well, someone's knocking. Please, Dolores, come back. The cards are in place. All we need to do is wait for the army to pinpoint our location. We haven't seen this event before. So I have a feeling we might be actually safe this time. It might not be a dead run like the other ones, because the other ones we got kind of rolled, didn't we? Anyway, that shouldn't take long, we hope. Something should be done about Ted's sickness. There's enough food to go around. Even Ted has nothing to eat. Yes, that is true. Twin siblings contacted us again. Today they visited our humble shelter saying they were looking for a map of the nearby area. Plans to create a relatively safe place for a new camp that could accommodate their whole group and anybody else who wants to move in with them. A plan of the city would be very helpful in this situation, at least to help organize their scouting expeditions. Yeah, I'm sorry. Keep asking us to give you stuff, man, but we're struggling. Oh no, she's also sick. Can of food's nice, but darling, you can't be coming back sick. That's a problem. Said we couldn't help our friends this time. They were a bit disappointed, but accepted our decision, and we wished them luck. And they left to continue their research. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. We found the 10-cent hotels in ruins, but there was plenty to look through. Pieces of furniture, suitcases, and other hotel supplies were scattered all over the place. Now we know the secret of the restaurant chef is tomato soup. No wonder they were a 5-star hotel, plus 1 tomato soup. Every room was stocked with water bottles for guests. A few of them remained relatively untouched by the explosion, plus 1. Water. The lobby was mostly destroyed and barely anything could be found on the floor, except one very hairy and very dead lumberjack. He had an axe in his hand, plus axe. We believe that our expedition to the wasteland must have been followed by strangers. We should be more cautious next time. Okay. It's very thirsty. Very thirsty, very thirsty. No way today. Yes, we need to send Timmy out now. Our hideout was approached by a man and we didn't know. Well, we didn't know. He claimed he used to be an accountant. Why does that matter? But now he survives as a trader and a gambler. He offered us a card game for bet of 2 water bottles. Shall we play? Yes. Please give us food for it, please. I don't need water, man. I can, whatever the fuck. Just give me something. We won the bet. Look at that. Haha! Lucky Lady Lux just smiled on us. We've won a victorious game of war. The man wasn't too happy about it, but he delivered on his promise, plus 2 water bottles. That looks like he got 1 foot in the grave. He needs to drink something right now. Well, look at you. We got water for days. Many days. Timmy's double shape, need to get water. Diet needs food. Do we give them the food? Like, it's more interactions. We're gonna wait a day on the food. No, we have to give Timmy the food. We have to. We'll give him all food then. Fuck it. We'll just be out of food. It's terrible, but like, what are you gonna do, man? There's a bunch of sick goons in here. Timmy went to the wasteland. We don't know what he'll do if he doesn't come back. What we'll do. There's enough food to go around. Nobody has anything to eat. You would expect the post-apocalypse to be a time of peace and quiet, since, you know, most of the people aren't around anymore. Yet, here we have someone at the door. When we opened it up, we encountered a strange-looking man in a blue jumpsuit who asked us to trade him a water chip. I know that the water doesn't do anything. We have the water. Maybe he'll come back later and give us more for it. There has to be something we get for it. It's not just going to be like a dead cause, right? Gave us a gas mask. We explained politely that we didn't have a water chip, but we were happy to share some water with him. The man was visibly disappointed, but thanked us for the water and even left us his gas mask. Odd. There isn't enough food to go around. Even Ted has nothing to eat. They're all complaining that they want food. Where did that green puddle come from? Oh dear, a pipe is leaking green goo. That's not good. That's not good at all. We need to act now, and no one packed a mob. What do we do? Gas mask. Please do not break the gas mask, for the love of God. Please. Oh, thank God. Thank God, man. One of you needs to get better, like right now. Problem solved. No leak, no mess. Back to our tidy little shelter. It's not tidy at all at this point. There isn't enough food to go around. Even Ted has nothing to eat. We don't cure Mary Jane soon. Who knows what will happen? Okay. We won't give them water yet. Hey, good news, good news. Okay, close your eyes. Just think for a second. This needs to be good news. We need it to be good news. Please, love God. Okay, Sharkov seems to be fond of our checkerboard. Its favorite game during stretches of extreme boredom and silence in the shelter is pushing the checker pieces off the table. Peace. As it gazes intently at whoever happens to be sitting the closest. The sound of checkers hitting the floor every 10 seconds is getting on our nerves, and we're considering taking the game away. Should we let Charkov play with the checkers? Yes, of course. He is a key to salvation. I know for a fact. Just leave him on the floor, though. He's gonna push him on the. Just leave him on the floor. As soon as we allowed him to play checkers board, Charkov instantly got bored of it. Nice. It did sit on top of it for a whole afternoon, though, leaving us with no entertainment whatsoever. The selfish bastard. At least it didn't break anything. There isn't enough food to go around. Even Ted has nothing to eat. Something should be done about Ted's sickness. Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave and needs something to drink. Okay, we'll give him something to drink. If Sharkov considers our shelter its home now, we might as well try to get along. We could try to carry it around and pet it on the head. All cats like a good pet, and Sharkov should hopefully be no exception. Otherwise, any attempt to touch the cat would lead to our untimely deaths. Should we try to play with him? Yes. Day 52. Still sick. There's some Morse code, though. We actually rubbed his head before it ran away in panic. It was nice and soft. They say petting a fluffy animal is good for you. And sure enough, we feel slightly better. Okay, this wasn't our best idea, but at least it didn't end in a complete disaster. While chasing the cat around the shelter, we found a forgotten soup can stuck behind the shelf. Score. Still sick, isn't thirsty anymore, looks very weak, needs to eat today. Needs to eat today. We'll give him all the food. Man, we're barely... That string is a strong string, man, and it's very long, but we're running out. We have a working radio. Why not use it? Maybe we'll be able to catch a broadcast or two. Always. If you're sick pieces, though, break it. Oh, so help me. Nothing, man, nothing. We could hear nothing but the annoying static. Better luck next time. They're doing better, but they're all sick. Okay, Mary Jane has been caught sneaking out under the cover of night. Hopefully tomorrow Timmy comes back. Dolores was furious when Mary Jane revealed she was going to go on a date with some bandit boy. She met him during an expedition. Mary Jane asked for a chance to contact her date via written note to apologize for not showing up. She'd be allowed to do that? Yes. We don't want her to leave, and we also want her to maybe get treated by said bandit boy. What is that? After hours of tears, begging, pleading, and some more tears, Dolores caved. Mary Jane wrote a note to the bandit boy, drew some hearts with tomato soup, and left to drop it off. She came back angry and disappointed. Apparently the boy was eaten by a mutant raccoon. While waiting for her the other night, Mary Jane said it was for the best. What? He's clearly better raccoon father than boyfriend material. Okay. They're just all sick. We received another army transmission this morning. We wish it would mark the end of our stay in the shelter, but it seems the military has other plans. All survivors in the area were asked to head to the nearby park and chop down as many trees as possible. We aid the evacuation effort. Whatever that means, we may as well join in and speed up the whole affair. Just the land, I assume. But wouldn't it need to be clean cut for that? Which means, like, it can't be stumps, right? I think. We chopped down as many trees as we could. It wasn't much, but hopefully it will make the difference they wanted. The next time we get in touch, it better be from a tank parked on our lawn, or what's left of it, I assume. That's what they mean. Our only regret is that this wood chopping business ruined our axe. I'd be regretful from that too. Timmy can sneak like a secret agent man, but that might not be enough to avoid the band of raiders camped near our shelter. We can probably assume he isn't coming back. Oh. We're never sending Timmy out, man. Every time we send him out, it's fucked. Got one foot in the grave, need something to drink. There you go, guys. We need to send someone out. We just need to. Obviously, we can send out Dolores. She's just kind of the king, the queen, and everything. The siblings are back. Their group is growing bigger with each passing day. Pick up the tired nurse back to health. However, so far they only have one tent. Soon, and they will run our space. They will run out of space for everybody. Right now, what is the hour? Anyway, right now they're scouting the town looking for a good spot to build a bigger camp, and they could really use a map. They have a nurse too, man. Oh no. We could have been healed by that nurse, maybe, like... Man, I really hope we don't die to the sickness. Get down with the sickness. Unfortunately, we could not be of any help to them today. And then everyone needs to eat, and we don't have anything. We'll feed Dolores because we want her to go out. Dolores goes out. Please, the love of God, do not die. Please, the love of God, win. Get something crazy going on. Dolores is on her way to the service. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Ted looks very weak, needs to eat. Mary Jane needs to eat. I have no food. They offer medkit for radio. I think what we have is a win condition. What we have is a win condition. We do not want to trade for something else. I know, like, they're gonna starve to death before they die of the illness, I assume. Despite his desperate attempts to sell us all kinds of things, useless or not, we turned down the man's offer. It's probably for the better. We did look quite untrustworthy. They're gonna die. We know there's a group of bandits camped near our shelter, but we're not exactly powerless. With a bit of luck and force, maybe we can show them we're not to be trifled with. We can't just murder them all, but it's worth a try, isn't it? Yeah, try, please. Hello, God. Get us some food. Cannibalization. Liberation. Rescue someone from the bandits. We got Timmy back! And he's not sick. Wait, hold up. Wait, maybe that's sick? I don't know what's going on with his nose. Okay, so Ted's a corpse. But, hear me out. Minus one gun plus one boy, it's winnable. While sneaking around the camp, we noticed a few cages in which bandits held people captive. One of the prisoners was Timmy. We managed to set him free and bring him back to the shelter. What a happy day. Mary Jane is starving. Tuba was bad enough, but his coughing is even worse. He starved to death. Devil's here, we need to give him water now. Needs food today or never. We'll give him water. We'll give them both water. Just when we thought we might have a quiet day, we got invaded. A group of bandits is on the other side of the door, demanding we walk out hands in the air, or they will get in the hard way. That doesn't sound too good. What do we do? Nothing. We can't do anything. The end. Bandits. Well, there you go. That's a different ending. It's not the ending we pictured. Yeah, say that again. Captured in our own shelter by bandits. Goodbye, cruel world. We couldn't spare any food for Mary Jane, and eventually she reached a boiling point where her stare was enough to kill. She left without a word, but we know she would probably become a highway woman and get all the food cans she would ever need. It's prostitution for food cans. We spent 60 days in our shelter. Here's the days. In case you want to go, I'll go a little bit slower. In case you care. You perished. And then Dolores is just relaxing outside. Okay. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you. Have a good time. Bye.